Hey, how you doing again? I tell you I would change the scenery, and actually I didn't. And that's procrastination on my part. There's no apology. The word apology is only the Greek mythology of Apollo. That's it. And they say, "Oh, I apologize." That means they're taking a position of a god over you, and this is why they did it, and that's it. And you say, "Oh, okay, I accept. You became a god at that time, and you succeeded, or whatever. This is how it works. This is a simple thing. Now, when you have a glass of water and it's full, that's it. Now, that's creation. Creation was full. So what happens is, when you start to duplicate, somebody got to go. When people get assassinated, other people come. And that's how creation goes. So you say, well, where's all these people coming from, right? They come from a different time zone. They come from a different cut and paste in this whole creation of things. This is why I was given a timeline in the scriptures from Adam, right, which they call the ground, or the people of the ground, right, or the people that was created from the host that came from a different dimension, right? And that's where you get to certain plus lessons. So you have a timeline from Adam to what we call Revelations. Revelations was the revealing of so many things that had happened, and it went into what we call fours. These fours was the four beasts, the four horses, the four corners. It was quarters, as I say, quarters. Okay. So in this time of revealing was a time of taking off what was to some secret, because as they learned it, it wasn't for them, so they couldn't speak it. And those who knew it, they didn't call it secret, they called it sacred. And those things that was sacred, they didn't speak it because they was manifesting or putting it down. They was making it happen. And a lot of things that was happening through the people by way of what we call spirits. These spirits were entities that came into the person and dealt with that person on that higher frequency, guiding the people through a time frame that we call now creation, or we call timeline. We call timeline from a bloodline. This bloodline led to those people who were sacred. The timeline led to those people who were in secret. Now the most, or the whole thing about everyone was about survival. People did things to survive. There was only one human people, and then that human people broke down in different degrees, or different hues, or different colors, or different qualifications to do certain things. But the whole and everything led to, for them to survive, they overlapped, they braided. You see, this is why it's very hard for those of higher resonance, higher vibrations, not to care. This is why the tribe Kiris, or Quraysh, was given a language and given the scriptures from the first covenant or an agreement that they had with the higher beings, which was called Elohims. So that was given, the first would be the last, and the last would be the first, and that was what you would call your core. And core meaning say, like cool. Core meaning like the seeds of an apple's in a core, the vital part. And meaning twice for two different people, right, that was under two different covenants. Now, to those who have the British Bible from King James, it does not, those are the secret teachings from a king. He was not privy to the sacred teachings, just like you have the lesser mysteries with Adam and Eve as a person and a family. It's really a person and a tribe. Tribe, tree, or TRI, which is three. That's three-dimensional. Three-dimensional people, which is solids, which is the skin, the bones, the organs, solid liquids, different chemistry. That's why you have to be chemically balanced. Not too much sugar, not too much, salt, not too much alkaline, not too much acidity. Then you have what we call gases. That's when you start to get into the location of creation, and you get to be Ethiopia, Ethiopium, etheric gases, ether. And that explains how we came into this dimension from another type of dimension, and how we still exist in our essence of who we truly are, how we perceive through our sensors that we now call senses, and how some of the people have 5 and some of them want to count and say 7 or 9, 6 extra sensory perception, when the extra sensory perception has no number. The word number itself is a method of counting quality. Those who were restricted from other dimensions were giving people to teach. These people were directed by the angelic beings who mentally prepared them to teach their own. It gets into that. So when you talk about the black and the white, you got the white. The W in the word white is 2 U's. The double of the U's, which looks like this. The W's. Okay, so when you got the HIT, that's hit, that's height, that's hot, that's hate. In the vowels A, E, I, O, U. So when you take the you hit, you hate, you hot, that gives you to what they call a devil. But the word devil, D-E-V-E-L, is L-I-V-E-D. Something that lived in the womb man. Remember I've said the W is also the U. So the word woman is not woman with the sound of, it is actually oo, because it's 2 U's, so it's omen. Now we all know that the omen means protection, and that's who the woman or the old man, or she's the omen. And when it gets to without the vowels, it gets into she's the And I'll be right back to you. Go through that 7 times and you got that degree. A degree is a purification to cleanse your mind, which is called cleansing your mind.